Hello and welcome to Charger Bulletin News. I'm Kaylee Feschler. The Charger Bulletin has announced that it will move from weekly printing to every other week. In addition, most of the story content will be produced online. Editor-in-Chief Glenn Rohrbacher described in change saying, quote, "This is not a cutting back of the Charger Bulletin. In fact, we are more robust and present than ever and intend only to grow," end quote. The next issue of the Charger Bulletin will be out on November 7th. Last week, a benefit concert was held to support hurricane victims. Reporter Kiana Quinones has more.
On Friday, October 6th, Music with a Mission held a hurricane relief benefit show at the German Club. The purpose of the show was to raise money in support of those affected by the hurricanes that have recently hit the southern United States and the Caribbean.
All the funds that we make tonight are going to go to Direct Relief. It is an organization that does, they give medical supplies to those who have been affected by the disasters and the hurricanes, and those who are now in poverty because of those disasters.
The concert acted as a platform to remind the community that rebuilding affected areas and helping those in need was still very important and requires continuous support.
The president of Music with a Mission was saying in the beginning, it's something that was trending for a while and has kind of died out, but it's still something that's happening. There are still people who need as much help as they can get.
For many, the concert was more than just a fun way to raise money and socialize with other students on campus. There was an urgency and a purpose.
Coming from St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands, anything that I can do on campus when I'm away from home is what I'm going to do to try and help my friends and family back home.
Taylor Hale is a survivor of Hurricane Katrina. Hale reflects on her survival experience and why helping those affected by the most recent hurricanes is important to her.
Because I truly understand what people are going through. I understand what people here are going through and their families there. Even though for Katrina I was young, I still remember my mother screaming and crying, my father crying.
Disaster relief efforts continue nationwide and across campus. Those that can are encouraged to donate. This has been Kiana Quinones reporting for the Charger Bulletin.
This week, a memorial service was held for faculty and staff members who have passed away this year. Here's Sandrea Divanish with more from the service.
On Wednesday, October 11th, the university held a memorial service in honor of 5 faculty and staff members. Over 100 people attended the service to pay their respect. The service was opened by Provost Dan May, then followed by President Kaplan, who spoke about the character of Christy Bracco and her impact on the university.
Today's observance is intended to honor the memory of colleagues who have served in so many capacities at the university.
And we remember them for what they did for this institution, and in Christy's memory, we also celebrate them and their contributions. So thank you very much.
Staff members touched the audience's heart as they shared memories left on their lives, whereas students spoke about the legacy each individual cultivated through their experience at the university. For the Charger Bulletin, I am Sandrea Devanish.
The university's Pride Club held their Ally Week event this week as a sign of support for the LGBTQ community on campus. Here's multimedia editor Kara Clouden at the event.
This week is Ally Week, and so this past couple of days we have had a table here with the LGBT pride flag, and then we have other assorted flags on the table here, and people can come and take them as well as stickers.
The movement in our club is centered on people who have these LGBTQI identities, but allies are important too, and we value allies.
It gives us an opportunity to connect with them when we're not usually able to.
I think that if you're someone who's in the closet or questioning, it's nice to see this year, that people here support you and that no one's gonna look down on you for being a certain type of person.
We're just trying to let people know that even if they're not a part of the LGBT community, that they can come out to Pride and participate in our events, and it's kind of just emphasizing the fact that it's not just us, it's everyone who's involved in the Pride movement.
Thank you so much to the members of Pride for hosting this event. I'm Kara Clouden for the Charger Bulletin.
And now for your Charger Sports update, we return to Cameron Haley.
Thank you, Kaylee. The men's soccer team lost to NE10 conference rival Southern New Hampshire on Tuesday, 3-1. Down 2-0 in the first half, Pablo Perez scored with just 11 minutes remaining to cut the deficit to 1 However, it was not enough. The Chargers are now 2-6 in conference play. The women's tennis split their 2 games this week. Sunday, the Chargers beat Franklin Pierce 7-2, but lost to Assumption Greyhounds 8-1 just 3 days later. Freshman Stephanie Gonzalez improved her single-season records to 8-5, and tennis is now 4-7 in the NE10. The Chargers will face St. Rose and the University of the Sciences in their final games of the regular season. Women's volleyball shut out Bentley 3-0. It is the team's 8th 3-set shutout of the season. Senior Caroline Martins led the way with 22 kills, and the Chargers lead the NE10 conference with the only undefeated team, sitting at 7-0. Martins and company look to continue their 8-game winning streak Saturday at Franklin Pierce. And that's all for sports, and back to you, Kaylee.
The sexual misconduct policy has been recently changed at the federal level, specifically on how colleges handle the issue. Here with us today is Ashley Dunn, Assistant Director for the Title IX VAWA Compliance and Student Life Programs at the university. Here to talk about sexual misconduct policy at the university and how students can be aware of the procedures in place. Welcome, Ashley.
Hi, Kaylee.
So, I was wondering, how does the university define sexual assault?
So we define it by sexual misconduct, actually. It's an umbrella term, and we have a Title IX sexual misconduct policy. But particularly in there, you'll find definitions for sexual assault, sexual harassment, intimate partner violence, stalking as well. So the biggest thing that we want students to know is that there are a lot of examples within the policy so that they have a better idea of exactly what behaviors we're looking for and what might be violations of our university policy.
So, how does the university definition of sexual harassment or sexual misconduct vary from the Connecticut definition and law of it?
Yeah, it's a great question. So I think one of the things that a lot of students don't realize is that our criminal law or state law tend to be very specific and very defined, and also depend on the severity of the incident and usually have a lot of exemptions. What's different is that our university policy tends to be a bit broader, a little bit more vague, and that's so that on a university level, we want to be able to actually adjudicate issues that are happening that we see regularly on a college campus. So the difference being that instead of having varying levels for sexual assault and our sanctions being different for that, we have one definition that's covered a whole range of behaviors. So those are described within our policy as well.
So what can a student do if they believe that they're being sexually harassed on campus?
This is an awesome question, and I think it's because students often don't really want to report. They don't know who they can report to, and I think we tend to think of sexual harassment as being things that sometimes we brush off or we don't take seriously, and we really want to encourage students that they should feel comfortable reporting and seeking out assistance. So what that looks like on our campus is that all of our university employees are responsible employees. So if they choose to go to an advisor or any university staff or faculty member, they would have to report that to the Title IX coordinator, and that's really just we want to make sure that that student's getting the most comprehensive resources. But alternatively, they could go to someone like counseling services or health services, our college advocate, our university chaplain, Marty O'Connor. All of them are confidential resources, so a student could talk through what's going on and really decide for them what the best choices are in that situation.
So if a student does go to those resources, are they able to go and report things anonymously?
Those resources specifically are not anonymous. I would say confidential resources is important is that they do not have to report up or out. So confidential resources only have to share that information if there's a threat to that individual's personal safety or to others. But we do have an anonymous option with the newhaven.edu/report it. So students can go on, there's a crime form, a behavioral intervention form for like suspicious behavior or concerns, and there's also a bias form for students who maybe feel like there's objectively offensive or hate crime like behavior occurring. So all of those forms have the option to be anonymous if a student so chooses.
Perfect. Well, thank you for joining us, Ashley. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
This year's homecoming concert will headline Hoodie Allen and opening band Crystal Clear. Reporter Mitsuki Garvey-Sanchez sat down with Crystal Clear ahead of their show.
Hello, I'm Mitsuki Garvey-Sanchez with Charger Bulletin News, sitting down with Crystal Clear, a band of University of New Haven students who will be opening this week for Hoodie Allen at the homecoming concert. To start off, let's meet the band.
Hi, I'm Jake. I play guitar and I sing. in the band. Hi, I'm Ken. I sing and I play ukulele mostly.
I'm Richie and I play drums.
I'm Steve and I play the bass.
I'm Joey, I play lead guitar.
I'm Joe, I play keys and I sometimes sing.
So guys, how do you guys feel about opening for Hoodie Allen?
It's really cool. Like, that's a name that, like, I've actually heard of. So, you know, like, actually being able to open for somebody that's, like, that, like, people I know from back home are fans of and stuff. And, like, it's really cool, you know? It was cool to hear a lot of people, like, on campus that we didn't know be excited for the show that we're playing, so, which is not, like, normal like that.
And it's a different kind of excitement too. It's like there's like, oh, you guys are doing a show, like, yay! But then this is like, yo, I'm going to that show and you guys are gonna be there. That's cool. And I don't know. It's just a different intensity, I guess.
Yeah. So swimsuit sprint last year was your first big show. How are you going to top it this year?
I think so when we played the swimsuit sprint last year, we had just met each other a couple months ago. The stuff we had written was good, and we were really proud of it. But now that we've spent like so many months together writing and recording, I think that the new songs we're gonna play are years and like light years better than the songs that we played.
Yeah.
Last
Also,
year.
I feel like musically we're like better people since we've been working together in a group for like an extended period of time. Yeah, all the songs that we're gonna play at the homecoming concert are all brand new songs straight from the album.
That's exciting.
That's all we have for Charger Bulletin News. Make sure to follow us on all social media platforms. For the Charger Bulletin, I'm Kaylee Feschler.